Here is the new member of the family, the fig trees that I was growing on the side of a garden in the previous videos. So you can see I just mix it up with some compost. And he grow enough to put him back in the ground, into the ground. And hopefully he's gonna do very well here. The idea of putting him here is because of those seats, so it can shade this seats area, so and give some fruit. And you can see the garden right here. You can see that I put some squashes in the buckets, but they are not even close and growing as the one that in my garden. So they're doing okay, and they have some fruit like this one here, but they are struggling to become big. Here is what the squash in my garden look like. So you can see it's huge. It's big size, big leaves, big flowers. I just took some fruit. Here is one over here. Give already 3 or 4 of them, going up very fast. Here is another one. You can see that he's huge too. He's big size. He's not even similar to the one here, which is pretty small. Here's another one. Another one. You cannot even compare in size. They are huge and they give a lot of fruit. Here's the radish and the turnip, which are keep growing. You can see here that they are coming up. They are pretty big, maybe crowded a little bit, but they have growing like crazy. This is radishes. You can see there is radish here, but the radishes have big leaves and small roots, which I understand I gave them too much nitrogen, and they need to be not to get so much food that they can grow more on the bottom. The peas are growing nicely. I start to climb up on my fence. Here's the asparagus, which is become big and is going to go up to 3 feet from what I understand, and he's probably going to give asparagus in 2 to 3 years, but he is growing and he's going towards the right direction. So you can see how crowded is the garden is, and no weeds, barely no weeds. Here and there I was working for a couple of minutes, but you can see here the mix, how dense it is in a small area. You have 2 kinds of basil. You have cucumbers growing inside, lettuce, and tomato. Tomatoes are everywhere. So I remember in the older videos it was pretty flat and it had only lettuce. Now you can see how many tomatoes came out of nowhere. probably from my compost, and they're starting to give fruits. Small ones start to grow. Here is some kale growing in the middle of the mix here. There's another one here. This is the regular that turn already into flowers. Probably gonna have to cut them and use the flowers to put back into the garden for seeds. So you can see how it's all mixed up. It looks like a jungle. Here is the tomato. Some tomatoes coming. Tomato plants going off the bed here. And the cucumbers mixed up in between. I have a lot of cucumbers growing inside this bed. I don't even know. Here we go. Here is one. And here is the long cucumbers. It's already growing inside. And the squashes and my herbs, some flowers, another cucumbers start to grow here. And this is my pepper, my green pepper. Some jalapeno. More pepper, small pepper. I transfer and they are growing. This is a cayenne pepper. You can see there is some cayennes here coming up. But inside the cayenne pepper there is a cucumber growing. Here is the cucumbers, which is already start to climb up. Many cucumbers here. A lot of them are coming. You can see some dill is coming up. It all came from seeds. This is garlic chive from Trader Joe's. And a Knessha plant. Knessha plant is pretty big and have already flowers. Some more cucumber. You start to climb on the tomato. You can see also some parsley is going in this corner. I have a feeling it can be much more crowded, but for the first year it looked pretty crowded and growing like crazy, and I'm very happy and surprised from what I see so far. Here's my mint over there, and my beets are doing pretty well. You can see the beets here coming out of the ground. They are long, they're not the round one, but there is many of them. And my carrots, which are pretty big. You can see the carrots here.